Tiger has no wins, 5 top 5 finishes, and 2 missed cuts, but calls 2018 one of his best years. Max Kell?
Yep.
You concur?
Yep. Look, this is not Tiger Woods, setting the world on fire at the in 97 at the Masters. This is not Tiger Woods, in 2000 setting or resetting the modern standard of dominance in golf. Those were, in absolute terms, better years, and I wouldn't say this is his best year. But in your 40s, when 2 years ago, by his own admission, he couldn't get down on the ground to play with his kids because his back was so jacked up. Last year, he basically couldn't play golf. And this year, he is in contention, as he said, for real to win majors. How could this not be one of his best years? Of course, he's not as good as he was when he was 25. But this has to be considered one of his best years so far, considering the distance traveled.
You finished?
So, for now.
We need Stephen A. on camera.
Trying to hold back a sneeze.
Hold on.
Yeah, he's got allergies.
I mean, your argument was so touching. Hold on.
This is how he plays it off. These tears are about the last debate.
He is a thespian.
I'm just saying.
That LeBron, I hurt his feelings.
I'm just saying.
Oh.
Well, you could say that all you want to because LeBron doesn't affect my feelings, but this does. LeBron doesn't affect me, but damn it, Tiger Woods does.
You see why he gets the job on General Hospital. Look at that.
Wait a minute.
We need to see Brick in a crying scene.
Wait a minute. So he was ranked 1,199th, and in a span of less than a year, 14 starts, 14 tournaments later, he's down to 26th in the world. I mean, I really, really appreciate it. And it's very, very touching. Here's how I look at it, though. 14 starts. You had a couple, PGA, Valspar, you finished second, tied for second in Valspar. We get all of that. You had an opportunity to win a tournament. And because of that, it's his greatest year ever. There's a new narrative that's being written because it's not about the win. It's about the struggle. It's about the path. It's about the journey.
You should appreciate that on this show.
Because this is what it is. Don't interrupt me with this stuff, with your frivolous point. Here's the point, Max Kellerman. This dude was universally recognized as not only the greatest in the world, but maybe the greatest we had ever seen. He is en route to try to capture 4 majors to eclipse the great Jack Nicklaus for all time with majors, with 18. Gets 5 more, it's 19. He would be all time. The man hasn't won a major in more than a decade. Okay? This dude was the guy that says, quote, I'm not using foul language on the air, I'm quoting Tiger Woods. Second place sucks. Those were his words. But 26 doesn't. Really? Really? See, this is what I'm trying to say. Tiger Woods, this is what I mean when I say he's done. And I hope I'm wrong, because I'm not rooting against him. I'm simply saying when I hear stuff like this is when I say he ain't winning. Because somewhere along the way, on the road less traveled, baby, what happens is you sit up there, and if you've never captured something and you're starving for it, you don't care what people think about you. You don't care how you look. You don't even care how you feel. You want this bad. But when you care about the kind of stuff that Max Kellerman cares about and expressing your sentiments about him, you'll never, ever win again. He will not win again as long as these kind of results are satisfactory.
First of all, let's say we do a show. And out of 10 or 12 topics, you're in 3 debates. Of course you don't win any, but you're in 3. That's one of your best shows ever.
Whatever.
That's how it goes. Listen, I'll take you back.
You all know how utterly ridiculous your statement is. Amateur night. If we were at the Apollo, you'd have got booed off years ago. Go ahead.
Let me take you back to 91.
Baseball?
Remember when Big George Foreman fought Evander Holyfield in Atlantic City?
Yes.
Foreman at that point had been considered by many to be a kind of a sideshow because he'd come back 20 years after winning the heavyweight title.
Yep. I remember.
Well, he eventually won it again.
He beat Michael Moorer.
But he came back after a 10-year retirement. But before he beat Moorer, he was kind of fighting guys who were there to make him look good. Then he beat a few contenders. He got a title shot at Evander Holyfield, who was undefeated at the time.
Yeah.
And he lost. And he didn't win many rounds. Holyfield beat him up pretty good, but he hung in there, and he gave Holyfield a good fight. That was one of Foreman's best years of his career. I wouldn't say it's the very best, but he was 40-something years old. He hadn't fought for 10 years. He built himself up to a position where he could challenge the heavyweight champion of the world and gave him a good fight. And George Foreman, one of the greatest fighters ever, was a 2-time heavyweight champion. He didn't win that fight. He wasn't a champion that year. It was one of his greatest years ever.
Yeah, but see how slick you are? See, if you're talking to somebody a lesser caliber than me, you'd get away with that drivel you just spewed. But you ain't going to get away with it with me. Who said it was a bad year? I didn't say it was a bad year. Did you ever hear me? Did you hear me say Tiger Woods had a bad year? I did not say that. But when you talk about best year ever.
I'm not saying best. I'm saying one of his best.
Excuse me. That was what he was talking about. That's what he was talking about. And that's why we were addressing it.
That I don't know, actually.
Listen, that's what Tiger Woods was talking about is what I'm saying. That's what Tiger Woods.
One of the best.
One of the best.
All right.
So I mentioned 97. I mentioned 2000.
And I'm saying to y'all, and I apologize because it's on me. I gotta own that, all right? Because I interpreted it as, I know this brother ain't trying to say that this is the best year.
No, not the best.
With all the stuff that he's I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Tiger.
I'm talking about 97 was better, 2000 was better.
I'm just saying to you that I'm consistent with this. As long as Tiger speaks this way, he will not win. He's got to get back to a point where he hated it. Since Max wants to bring up analogies all the time, let me bring up an old baseball analogy.
Oh, God.
Max,
you guys, I hate these.
No.
I love
He only does. I never do them. I never do them. But in this case, let me explain.
So boring.
No. First of all, I'm never boring.
Okay, go.
Pay attention. Here's the deal. George Steinbrenner, for any Yankee fan, Molly, George Steinbrenner, whether you loved him or hate him, you couldn't get enough of him. Why? Because the minute somebody make a mistake, they take the camera to the suite because you see George standing up. He ready to lose his mind.
Yeah.
Why? Because he wasn't having it. Get it done. Do what you gotta do. I ain't trying to be your friend. I ain't trying to get you to like me. I want results.
Here's the thing.